feels like these two guys should be like at one loss because
Yeah.
the Henning lost to Blue Red Delver,
Yes, exactly.
and I don't know how this matchup is. I'm thinking about it. It seems like it feels if Henning is playing a little bit more a fancy version of Nick Feet with a little bit more like interaction with your opponent with how to say with lock cards, it's a little bit less good against Burn. I think the classic version of Nick Fit was the old version was featuring Traktask, and that was pretty good against Burn.
I'm pretty sure he's not main
No,
decking
no,
Traktask.
no. I'm sure about it because it's totally another take on the deck, and it is with planeswalkers and so on.
He does, however, have the best possible opening in this
Yes.
matchup with the first turn Veteran Explorer, so meaning he gets to jump block, save a few lives, gets to ramp immediately. The only dangerous part about this is that Burn really profits from the land drops as well, because then they can immediately empty their hand, and it's usually like very lethal very quickly.
Yeah, I have to say, uh, the fact that he has a lot of basic lands, the Nick Fick deck, is really good against Price of Progress.
Yeah.
The fact that he has a turn one blocker is really good. And at the same time, I feel like the lands for the burn deck are not relevant, to my opinion. I have a different opinion. I think he can empty his hand, but he will empty his hand anyways, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a little bit the thing. But it is true that if he goes like now, he can play another creature maybe with the mana. What's happening? Okay, 3 damage in his face.
Fall to
This
the
way it's
face
5.
for
Uh,
prowess trigger.
yeah, exactly.
Just optimizing his damage output
Yeah.
in the first 2 turns.
Yeah, this one was the card revealed with the Goblin Guide. They are both taking 2 lands. Now here, the burn player has still two burn spells in his hand, I think. One of
Yeah.
them is the 4 damage burn spell that probably as a control player you don't like it really much. The uncounterable one for 3 mana.
Yes.
And the other one is...
Exquisite firecraft, and yes, I
Yeah.
don't like it.
and
No, it's actually fine. It's fine.
yeah, it's a good card for to have a good. Oh
I'm
no,
pretty
it's
sure.
not. No, it's a skewer. Okay, the list that I saw from Legacy, I think didn't play skewer. That's why I didn't expect skewer. Or better, they play one skewer in the sideboard, and I still don't understand it.
While
Anyways,
while Henning was searching his library for basic lands, I saw a Knight of Autumn. So I think there is a Green Sun Zenith in his hand, which
yes,
could produce a Knight of Autumn, which would be
that's better.
that's also quite good. Yes. But Knight of Autumn is, of course, a 2/1 blocker that gains him 4 life, which is basically a 2-for-1 at
Yes, it's
least.
really good. I would not attack with a Goblin Guide. I think this is a mistake.
Yeah,
It's a
you're
mistake with
probably
no
right.
doubts. I think getting in 1 damage with burn when it is a situation where you should get in 0 damage is great. This way you should maximize your
Yes.
possibilities to deal some damage to your opponent. Okay, now Frederic drew a Price of Progress. This is not like the perfect card in this moment because Henning is just showing off all the nice planes, the nice basic lands that he has. Now he played the Phyrexian Tower and sacrificed the
Arena Rector.
Rector. Arena Rector and searches for a Planeswalker. Let's see which Planeswalker comes down.
Does he have a life gaining planeswalker?
Yeah, I was asking myself the same thing. I was like, is there something that like?
Well, we just got the burn deck list. That doesn't help us too much. Unfortunately, we don't know. There you go. It's a
Okay,
Liliana. But I don't think Liliana gains any life,
no,
right?
but it's interesting. Yeah, he's playing that's the difference between the deck list that I saw and this deck list. He is playing just one exquisite Firecraft. The deck that came in the top four at the GP was playing four of them, exquisite Firecraft. It was like 2 months ago or 3 months ago. This way, it's already an old deck list. But anyways, he's playing with four Skewer the Critics.
Yeah, but
And yes,
he does
exactly.
have the
The exquisite is
other
in the
exquisite
sideboard.
in sideboard. Yes. What do you think about Liliana?
Liliana is big and
Yeah.
finishes the game pretty quickly.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because the ultimate is pretty huge and will kill probably Frederic pretty fast. At the end, I think the mono red deck has troubles because price of progress is not great. You know, mono red, one of the ways, or better, one of the things that makes you think like mono red could be something I can play is because there is a exist price of progress. I mean, it's just so
Yeah.
good in Legacy, and
Provides so much reach for the deck.
exactly. Now looking at it against the deck that has forest swamp plains into play is a little bit less. I don't know how to say it. Wow. Okay. If you burn the planeswalkers, there is something that is just going wrong.
Yeah.
By saying this, I mean I think Frederic is pretty dead.
Yes, I think so as well.
Yeah, I think he
Even
can.
if he gets to kill the Liliana, it absorbs so much damage that
Yeah,
he's.
now he attacked with the Swift Sphere. He attacked Liliana, and the zombie just blocked and drew a card from the static ability from Liliana. Yeah, Liliana is when it is in play, it's big, it's huge. I mean, the game is over. To be honest, I could say a lot of things about this. It's like, yeah, 19 to 11, really nice game. Let's see what happens, and so on. Nice things to say, but
Come on, man, hype it up.
yeah, I should hype it up a little bit. I will try. No, I will not try because
He's
it's not. Let's be real. Let's be
he's
honest sometimes. Let's be honest.
Henning is so far ahead that he opted to scene it not for the Night of Autumn to gain for life, but rather for another veteran explorer, so he could,
Yeah,
get
take more
all the
lands.
mana.
Yeah, it's. I think this is the classic situation where Henning could just throw cards on the table and win without any problem.
Yeah.
It's, we will see game number two. It will be something that will happen pretty soon. He took also the autumn. This way
Yeah.
he gained 4 lives. He's at 15. He puts a zombie into play. There are two creatures into play that if Frederick tries to kill them, they will draw cards. It's all nice, all interesting. We can look at the sideboards. uh, let's see. The mono red player can put in. I think Sulfurous Vortex is one of the cards that I would bring in. Also, if there is an answer from Nick Fit with a Knight of Old Doom.
Yeah, and he plays Decases and Pernicious Deed as well.
Yeah, it's
But Sulfuric Vortex, I think, is still
deals
fine
anyways
because
2 damage. It's still
it's
decent, I think.
yeah, and
It's
the fact that he can't gain life means that he actually has to deal with the Vortex.
exactly. I think it's kind of. It's a really good card because it does something. If Henning is tapped out, he can play the Vortex
Yeah.
and it deals 2 damage, and you have to deal with it because you will not be faster than the burn deck.
Yeah.
That's then.
Other than that, there is Ensnaring Bridge, Exquisite Firecraft, Grab Digger's Cage, Caracas, Pyrostatic Pillars, Smash the Smithereens, and Volcanic Fallout. I think the
Okay.
only cards he's going
You
to
can
board in
think
is
is
the Grave
Gravedigger
Digger's
Cage,
Cage.
yeah, but it's not great in my opinion. It's fine because it's shut down the Green Sun Zenith,
Yeah.
but does it shut down also the? It's just creatures, right? And
Yes, it doesn't shut down the
the
Arena Rector.
no, okay. I don't think it's great because playing this into a deck that already wants um, to use the Pernicious Deed on one, I feel like he has to go strictly at face with the same plan, maybe changing up one price of progress instead of a sulfur. He will bring in a sulfurous vortex instead of a price of progress. And
I
honestly,
think you bring in the cages anyway, because the point you made about Price of Progress is that it's
it's really bad.
not
Yeah,
a
I
great
agree.
card.
Yeah,
And cage, at least it stops the green sun Zenith into veteran explorer. So
sure.
if Henning doesn't have the veteran, he has the Zenith. Then cage is great, because even if he gets to a point where he can crack pernicious deed, that is on turn 4, the
Yeah.
earliest.
I don't think I would side in Gravedigger Cage. It's
Okay.
another approach. I would side in Exquisite Firecraft, just hitting his face. I would not bring in the Gravedigger Cage just because I feel like the burn player has to stick on his plan in
Yeah.
matchups where I think sideboarding in a deck like Burn is you have to sideboard something that is really relevant. It is
Yes.
true that you are taking out the price of progress, but I think Exquisite's Firecraft is still decent. It's 4 damage. It's what you need to do, I think, to try to get it. I don't know,
That's true.
but I can see your
That's
point.
true.
At
I
the
think
same time, I don't like too much to think about going for a disruption plan in this matchup. I don't know. That's my idea. Maybe on the draw I can think about it because on the draw he wants to do the sun on turn 2, and you have one more answer to do it on turn 1. I think on the draw you can think about it more than on the play. On the play I think I stick on my plan. I just want to go Goblin Guide, attack, creature attack, and
go from there. Yeah.
stupid things attack.
Yeah. I think the point you're making is very valid. That in a deck like Burn, you definitely can't afford to overboard, because every card you take out deals damage to the head. So the more you do that, the worse your deck
You know,
basically gets.
in Italian we say pallottoliere. It is this old thing that you have to make the maths. You know, you have this one is 5 and one is 1, like the old
Yeah, yeah,
system, right? And this is the burn player. It's like 3 3
yeah.
3
Yes.
3. That's what you have to do. It's
Three,
like
three creature, three
it's not
damage
like
to that.
I draw you are a 3. I draw Gravedigger Cage. I put my hand on it and I want to. Oh no, it doesn't deal 3 damage. No, failed.
Yes.
That's not what you want to do. I mean, it's something like that. Uh,
That being said, I think he did board in the
yeah,
Graftinger
it's
stage.
possible, totally possible.
I think I saw at least
That's
one.
my take.
Yeah, you're probably right as well. Abacus. Chat's got your back, man.
Abacus. Okay, thanks,
Yes.
thanks. Yeah, that's my. I am not against burn. I think it's really good to keep the things in a lot of formats, like keep the things in track. I
Yeah.
mean, that's the test, you know. It's the punching ball. But and when I was really young, I played. That's now I play Magic for 24 years. This way, when I was really young, I was playing the burn deck a lot. I was playing the burn deck when I was young because it was cheap, as a lot of people play the burn
Yeah.
because it's cheap. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
but that's
not.
the kind of frustrating thing when you're up against Burn, because you're like, you're going to this tournament, you have this expensive deck, well thought out metagame plans, and then you're up like, oh, I'm usually a standard player, but Burn, you know.
I love that. I love that
Yeah.
because that's for me the rule.
Yeah, yeah.
Magic should not be expensive. Magic.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, exactly. But it's frustrating to run
It's
around, you know.
frustrating. I can see it,
It's not
but
about the money. It's
but
about,
but
the preparation and thought you put into it, and then
yeah,
you
but
play against Abacus, you know.
Uh, yeah, obviously, but sometimes Abagus will set you back on your feet. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm a little bit too much like on the air with my hand, like.
Or in my case, play Core Firewalker on Pulse of the Fields. Because screw you, Burn.
Ready for the fight.
Yeah, I'm ready, man. Oh, wow. He did not play the Abacus. He pointed his removal at a creature.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, no, I
That
see
was a
something in the side that he sided in that I'm not sure. Smash Smithers?
smash to smithereens. That doesn't make sense to me.
He has it. It's
Yeah, he
there.
has it in his hand.
Yeah.
interesting.
I don't see a single target.
Wait, Jack. Let me see. Sasha's like looking at me. What? What?
Yeah, yeah.
What?
I'm trying to find answers in my head. It's
What?
that's
What is
something.
this Burns player doing? Yeah, I think he's like. Yeah, I'm with you on this one. I think he should have pointed the rift ball to the head, and he should not have boarded in cards like smash to smith
On
rings.
the
Just
Rift Bolt, it is a discussion, I think, because it is true that if your opponent plays an Arbor land on turn 2, it feels like he has no other lands.
it was turn one. It was Zenith into Arbor.
Ah, it was the Zenith. Okay, okay. No, I don't know if
You can
that,
do it, but I mean, with
you can do it, but
I don't know.
you can do it. One of the problems in this situation is a little bit that you don't have. Okay, let's speak about this. Burns' card advantage is Goblin Guide. And
Yes,
why I say this?
and
Because
Eidolon.
it's using less cards to finish your opponent. Exactly.
Yes.
That's Burns' card advantage. And
So
it's,
basically, all the creatures
yeah,
actually.
the creatures. But and Goblin Guide is the champion of,
Yeah,
of
yeah,
the deck.
of course.
And he has not these creatures. This way, it will be each burn spell that I use on a creature is one less card in my hand and one less point for the abacus. One less.
Exactly, exactly.
This way, I agree with you that it is really hard to, in a hand without creatures,
Yeah.
to point it
If
on
there is a
the
goblin
land.
guide,
Yeah, it's
whole
different.
different
It's
story.
different. Yeah, I
Exactly.
agree.
Now,
I think Smash the Beaters will not do
this,
what he thinks he does.
yes, I
I,
don't think so
I
either.
have some doubts.
Chain
Is there
lightning
something
to
they
the
could play in the
face.
sideboard? An artifact.
I don't know, man. Dragon Claw?
Or maybe he thinks that it is, or he is not playing Urza, right? The Karn, little Karn, right?
I.
No, it's the list without Karn, I think, or
I'm not
it is
sure.
with a Karn. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Because if it has Karn, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think it's the version without Karn.
Chat says Chalice. Yeah. I think we saw Chalice boarded in by Henning against
It's
Delver.
it's possible. But this is another problem. You are betting on a 2-off probably from your opponent with your smash submitters. It depends how many he sided in. I mean, with an aggro deck, playing a card that relies a lot on what your opponent is doing is so la la.
So la la. Yeah. Especially because he was on the play. The likelihood of him emptying his 1 mana spells before Chalice hits the board is quite big. So Chalice actually is not that terrifying. It's not like he can play it on turn 1, right?
There is Chalice. It depends how many Chalice he has, Henning.
Well, Henning has Chalice and Pernicious Deed, so
The combo.
there's that.
The combo. But it is really good at now. It's great for Frédéric to have the smash transmitters for the chalice. This way he knows better than us for sure. And I don't know how many chalice he had. I would not bring in smash transmitters on the play. If
Yeah, me
I
neither.
knew about this matchup better than what I know, I would maybe bring one or two in this
On
after
draw,
sideboard.
yes. Henning could actually play the Pernicious Deed before the Chalice of the Void, so if he gets smashed to smithereens, he can, in response,
Answer
kill his own
yes.
Chalice to gain 3 life.
And it would not be a bad play.
It would
It would
not
be
be
a
a
good
bad
play,
play,
I think.
yes.
Yeah. Now he is sad he cannot point at the
Now he's on
assassin
5.
trophy.
Barbarian Ring puts him on 3, which means Bolt from the top is lethal. And there
And
is not
bold.
much
Yeah.
other cards in the deck, right? Bolt and Barbarian Ring. Would you like to copy Chain Lightning? No, you don't.
It was an interesting game. I feel
Yeah, that
he
was
read it
interesting.
perfectly and we read it totally wrong, looking at it. And at the same time, I still think Smash to Beaters is not great on the play.
At the same time, you
And
know,
yeah, it's he did. If you think about it, he drew 6 lands. It's strange because he drew 0 creatures, 6 lands, and he were 1 burning. I did Henning did damage to himself alone because it's strange. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he
he
used
didn't
the
draw six
library. I
lands.
don't know. He did 5 mountains and a barbarian ring. That's 6 lands.
Yeah, but no, that was a veteran explorer.
Oh, that's true. 4 lands. You're right. You're
Yes.
totally right. That makes a huge difference. Yeah, it's two more. It's 2 for 3. It's 6 more damage.
Yes. Exactly. That was a strange game, man.
We don't have the. Yeah, it was really strange. We don't have the sideboard. It's really interesting.
Yes,
They
I'm
know
sorry,
each
guys. Henning's deck list is missing somewhere. We don't.
disappeared.
Yeah, it magically disappeared.
You know both players, right?
No,
Or no, no, it's
no.
no. Because maybe Henning and Frédéric know each other. That was one of the things that I thought.
Yeah, could be.
And in that
Or
case,
maybe he was watching him play because Henning was in the feature match area and it was at
that's
the end
true.
of the round, it was the
That's true.
backup table, so
That's true.
he might have seen the chalice as well.
Yes, makes sense to me. Yeah. I think on the draw, putting in, if he has like double chalice, putting in like double smash to meters makes sense because it's
Mm,
harder to bring in the damage.
yeah.
It is true that it's easy to sideboard a little bit because you have this 4 spaces where you are not like 100% sure about the card. There are 4 price of progress that don't feel like great.
Don't feel great, yes.
We didn't see Fire Blast until now. That's my favorite card for Mono Red.
Yeah,
If I have to
especially this
choose one.
matchup because you have mountains to spare anyway.
Boom. like
Oh, give me mountains. There you go, 4 to the head.
like oh, I have 6 mountains now. I cannot win. That's 4. That's 4, and that's 4. Some years ago, we played some kind of burn deck at Ovino. So a lot of years ago, me and another Ticino friend. He won the tournament. I got top 16, and it was a white-red burn deck with 15 fetch lands and 4 links. It was a 400 people tournament in Milano. It was funny. Uh,
Yep.
and the deck felt really good. And the year after, a friend of mine broke the same deck. It was funny to see people don't know how burn works. I
Yeah.
mean, people sometimes are just like, oh yeah, yeah, I do fancy stuff like I play Jace and draw 3 cards and put 2 on the top. I am safe. I'm a safe. I'm at 17. That's not a problem.
No,
and
that's
then
not how it
and then
works at
I
all.
draw 3. In response, I play a Price of Progress, another Price of Progress, Fire Blast, Fire Blast. You are dead. That was like wow.
This is actually an interesting choice for Henning to make because
Yes, because
Scavenging Ooze
Ooze
is
is really
really
good.
what you want, but you
Yes.
cannot afford to not block in this
Yeah.
situation, I think.
And yeah, he goes to 4 lands the next turn. This way, one of the things that is crazy good from Henning, it feels like just he can put blockers that are just too good. I
Yeah.
mean, they're blockers that okay. He is playing also Karn. This way, it makes sense to play
The
the
Smash to
the
Smithereens,
Smash to
yes.
Smithers.
But I think it's just a one-off for Arena Rector.
Yeah, but still, the
Yeah.
search it's with Arena Rector is like a 5 off. This kind of not really, but yeah.
Yeah.
And it is incredible because all the creatures that Henning is playing are creatures that want to die,
Yeah, exactly.
and and that's like crazy good for him. I mean, next round he will play the Arena Rector, and the bird player is there like. And
I
now,
really want to attack with my Goblin Guide.
yeah.
Assassin's Trophy on the Goblin Guide.
Okay.
Interesting. I think he's just trying to be efficient with his mana, but I'm sure there's a lot better targets with Sulfuric Vortex,
A lot better
Eidolon.
targets is,
Al-
is
well, there
scratching.
are other targets that do
Yeah,
the
other
same.
targets. Yeah, other targets. I think I would not have done it. I think just playing out the Rector is enough.
It probably, I don't know, maybe because Rector is likely to die anyway.
Yeah, but if he dies, I'm really happy about it. I mean, it is true that if he kills, if he attacks with a Goblin guy, that's one of the reasons why.
Yep.
If he attacks with a Goblin Guide and you block with the Rector, he could use the burn spells to kill directly the Planeswalker if it is something really relevant. Okay, now this is a great card enchantment. He will sacrifice his creature, search for a Planeswalker, and then reveal the top X cards until he finds a creature and put that creature in his hand. Pretty good.
Pretty good card. The creatures he's going to reveal is Veteran Explorer, Arena Rector,
Now,
Knight of
the
Autumn.
Planeswalker, I think I would take Ulamog. Well, it's Ujin, not Ulamog. Ujin, the Planeswalker. I'm really bad with names, with name of the cards. I know perfectly what they do, but the names are like. I look at pictures. I'm pretty good at this.
Speaking of pictures, for those that don't know, on the side of Burn there is Sulfuric Vortex. Sulfuric Vortex reads that players can't gain life, and at the beginning of your upkeep it deals 2 damage to you.
Exactly.
So it's kind of an inevitability. You eventually have to deal with it or you will die, because you're not going to outpace the Abacus.
No. Yeah. He will take it away. Loyalty 4 on the Eugene is really good because not just a single burn spell can hit him.
Yeah, and you probably can't afford to point 2 burn spells at him.
He found the Rector.
Well, there's a burn spell
There
that
is
deals
the
4
burn
damage.
spell. I don't know if he broke in order of them, but it works. You know what is the really relevant thing about all this?
Do you know why he...
The enchantment is out.
Yes.
The green enchantment
Yes,
is out.
that
And
is-
that's really relevant in this spot.
Do you know
Because-
why he didn't play the Monastery Swift Spear before he cast the Firecraft?
Value. No, I'm joking. It's no, it's just a misplay. It's no, there is no doubts about this. He wanted to play conservative, you know.
Against a deck without counter magic
Yeah,
and
exactly.
tapped out?
And a card that could not be countered, probably.
Yeah.
Yes. No, it's just it can be countered at the moment, but still.
Yeah, true.
It seems like the burn player is in a fair advantage now, or he is in a really good position, in my opinion, because of this Ujin had to take out the green enchantment. That
Yes.
was the heavy card. I have to say, I really don't like Sylvan Library in this matchup.
No.
I really hate it. It's a card that I played a lot in a lot of decks against decks fast like this, and I think
It's not amazing. It's not just that you don't want to spend life to...
I think it's terrible. Not just not amazing. It's
Yeah, it's just the card
you don't want
selection
to-
is very slow and
It's-
it doesn't replace itself.
yeah, and also if it would be a free card for 0 mana, I would not think that it is great. I
No.
think it would be fine, but it costs 2 mana, and after your opponent is trying to hit your face, and you're
Yeah.
like,
It
yeah,
is a
I played
very,
this.
very, very bad ponder in this matchup.
Yes, I agree with that. We agree. We agree.
Yeah, and now Burn is
Burning.
one,
Let's see.
one top deck away from winning this game.
Abacus is there. Let's see.
Abacus. Oh, it's not.
4 cards in his hand for the burn player, and a good old smash to smitter is in his hand.
Abrupt decay on Veteran Explorer. I think he
Yeah.
has something.
No, it's because the cards on the top of his deck are really bad.
Yeah.
This way he just
Well,
wants
that
to
sucks
see.
because Burn is running out of non-spells. So basically,
Yeah.
almost anything he draws at this point is 3 damage to the head.
That's true. That's true.
The one exception would be Goblin Guidance with Spear.
I'm thinking about it. It's funny because I think it's the only deck where the fight on basic lands, Burn will win the fight on basic lands.
Yeah.
Because normally Nick Feet plays like 7, 8, and the Burn plays like 20 sometimes. The GP Burn deck was a good example of a fine Magic deck. 20 mountains, 12 creatures, 28 burn spells in your face. That's good Magic, I would say. No, I like in Legacy when they register 20 mountains. It's something I like. Just because I'm like all fancy dual lands and so on. I played my mountain from
No,
the.
chat says no Siege Rhino or Ooze in the list sounds worst. Yeah, he does have Ooze and Knight of Autumn to win life.
Yes, and he is playing with the Rectors. This way it's. Lava Spike came and Lava Spike dealt with it, I think. That was the end of the game, it seems.
Lava Spike is part of the Abacus.
Yeah, it's part of the Abacus, yeah.